Hello Dicers, my dream chasers. Welcome back to Dice Decides. So I'm at the graveyard because today we're going to talk about the big topic. What happens after death? Yeah, I've decided to tackle this topic because yesterday my dog Pikachu died, and for Thoughtful Thursdays I thought this is a fitting topic. This is what I've been thinking about recently. Death, misery, pain, destruction. What is that dark force? What is it that drives it? Christians would say it's Satan. And I mean, it's fascinating. It's definitely a thing that's just so part of life. It's always been a part of life. Without death, life wouldn't exist. We have to realize that. And I guess without pain, pleasure wouldn't exist. Because then you have nothing to compare pleasure to. Well, I guess you can compare it to the neutral state of, just being numb, I guess. So I guess that's a comparison too. But I feel like by having a thing called pain, pleasure becomes more pleasurable. Would you agree with that? I think so. If you go through a lot of pain and struggles to achieve a desired goal or reward, it's way more pleasurable than if, you earned a lot of money through a lottery. Sure, you're going to be happy, but that's nowhere near the same amount of pleasure as you would get from knowing that you worked a long time for it. There's definitely a big difference there. But anyway, back to death. Yeah, it's interesting. So the question was, what happens after death? No one can prove this. There's no way any scientist can do any experiment to really prove any of this. So this is going to be purely theoretical. So, talking from my belief, what do I think will happen? What do I think happens when an animal or a person dies? Or even plants, I guess. I guess not everyone believes in a soul, but I do. Every life has some sort of essence, like it has a life, because there is a clear difference between a living plant and when it just dies. When you've overwatered it or something happens and the plant dies. That's it. You can't go back. You can't get it back to life. It's not how it works. If it's dead, it's gone. The essence has traveled somewhere else. So what happens? What happens? Where does the soul go? And my belief is that the soul travels wherever it feels like it deserves to go, wherever it feels like it wants to go, or wherever it feels like it needs to go. Some people believe in heaven and hell based on the actions you had in your life, and yeah, I do think heaven and hell exist, but I don't think it's exactly the same way a lot of people think about it. I think the soul itself can put itself into hell because it feels like that's what it deserves based on the actions it did in the life. Say if you robbed a lot of people or even murdered someone, you would feel like you deserve to be in hell. Even psychopaths that do like mass shootings or something, I believe they have like an inner sense of morality. They just don't care. Now, I haven't researched psychopaths. I wouldn't know this, so I could be totally wrong. But that's what I think. Everyone has a moral compass. This becomes a bit different with like animals, but even they have some sort of like understanding, like in their groups, in their communities, their own animal communities. So, yeah, morality is a strange thing, but it's definitely real. I mean, morality is there an objective morality? Like, normally everyone would say murder is wrong, but there's like, you know, there's many instances where that's the only solution, you know? Say you're like threatened or I'm bad with examples, but there's definitely like instances where murder is the right thing. Like say if you knew that some kind of dictator would kill like millions, so by killing the dictator, you're avoiding millions of deaths. So in that sense, it is the moral thing to do. So that's kind of weird, like it gets tricky, you know? So is there such a thing as objective morality? It's a difficult question, really. But no, I don't think there is. Not objective. That's the thing. There's subjective morality. And that one's definitely real because at the end of the day, we are our own biggest judge. Sure, other people judge us as well to some extent, but ultimately it's we who judge ourselves the most. And so, yeah, that's what's most important, the subjective morality. So, yeah, that's what I think happens after death. You're not gone. I think some people believe there's like nothingness, just a black void after death. Just you die and that's it. You only live once, YOLO. But I don't think that's what happens after death. I think something more magnificent. Otherwise, I don't think anything would exist at all. So a soul goes somewhere it feels like it deserves to go. And so that's what I think happened to all these people. Now, ghosts do exist. Why do some spirits linger? They stay around. They don't leave Earth, and they don't find another body. It usually happens whenever a life is cut short. If someone dies suddenly. So who knows? Pikachu's ghost might still be around. So if you're here, Pikachu, I'm so sorry this happened to you. Like, I wish I could help. But it was just a disease. We tried giving you pills. And if you're listening right now, Pikachu, we did what we could. And I think you know that. So, you can move on. It's okay. Go find a different dog body or something. Or, hey, I believe you deserve to even be a human. I don't think any kind of thing is better than the other. It's not like humans are better than dogs. I don't think that. But Pikachu, if you haven't been a human yet, you should try it. I think there's a lot more you can do as a human. There's a lot more things you can think about. I think it's more interesting, but then again, I don't think I've tried being a dog. I don't remember any of my past lives, by the way. I don't. But I don't think this is my first life. Because I think every soul has a certain age, and I wouldn't consider myself an old soul, but definitely not a newborn either. I'm somewhere like mid-stage soul or something. But yeah. So back to the topic of this video. What happens after death? Infinite possibilities, guys. Infinite possibilities. Wherever you feel like you deserve going, that's where you'll go. And yeah, like I said, we all have our own moral compass. And yeah, it's interesting because in India they talk about karma. It's a bit of the same concept. If you have a lot of unfinished karma, you're gonna return back to Earth. Like if your life was cut short, you're gonna try to find a different body, but it's gonna be harder for you to find a different body than if you die from old age. So if your life was cut short, it might be difficult because you have so much built up karma throughout the life that you weren't able to finish. So it's gonna be hard for you to find the right body where you could finish all the built up karma. Does that make sense? Like, it's just gonna take a while, and that's why ghosts exist. They just linger on because it's hard to find the right situation, the right child, the right family to be born into to fulfill their built-up karma and desires. But eventually, they will find it. How do I know all this? I don't. There's no way of proving any of this. So if you don't believe it, that's fine. This is just what I believe, and it's interesting. It's honestly interesting to think about these things because it's very real. There's no such thing as nothingness after death. Because that would break infinity. You can't break infinity. So yeah. It's definitely interesting to think about. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred. So you transfer it into a different state where I think you have a lot more freedom, but at the same time, not really. Like, it doesn't feel good to be a ghost. And believe it or not, like, I remember, I guess, being a ghost, but not like one that lingers on Earth, but one that travels to different planets. So, yeah, I remember like the short time, I guess, right before my birth. Yeah, it's interesting because how could I possibly remember that? Again, nothing I can prove, obviously. But I feel like I do remember it. And yeah, it's interesting. When I think back, like, I have no idea how that's possible because memories are created after you're alive. But yeah, you know, I remember like looking for the specific conditions that I want. Like, I want a planet where technology is advancing enough to where it's, you know, it's interesting to be alive. Every now and again, like, new tech pops up and it keeps things interesting. So that's what I wanted. That's one thing. Yeah, I feel like that was the main thing. Like, why did I come here? And every soul has like different desires. And yeah, even souls that don't believe in souls. Yeah. Not believing in a soul doesn't mean you don't have one. Yeah. Some souls feel the need to experience not believing in anything more than this concrete body, this physical existence. This is not everything, guys. But yeah, everyone has a different journey. And some people's journeys are cut short in wars, but a lot of the times it's just diseases. But luckily nowadays, tech is so much better. It can heal a lot of people. Like back in the Middle Ages, people died so young, so often. But things are changing nowadays for sure. And I think lifespans are gonna skyrocket. I am hoping, I'm not joking. I'm not like making a weird joke or anything. I'm hoping to live to 400 years. Like, I'm serious. Like, I see how tech is advancing. I know that lifespans are gonna skyrocket. And so that's to say if we don't like mess up the climate change and stuff, but you know, I'm an optimist. I think we're fine. So yeah, you know, I'm hoping to reach 400 years, and that's a long time, I know. But it's exciting. We have no idea what's gonna happen in the future with the exponential tech growth. And yeah, anyway, I feel like it's getting off topic now, but death is very interesting to ponder about. It's nothing scary. I think everyone starts with the fear of death. I think it's natural to have that, but I have transcended it. It's not like I want to die, but like if I were to die, that'd be fine. Well, you can't be scared of death after death anyway. But what am I trying to say? I'm not afraid of the concept of death. Like, I'm not afraid of... Even if nothingness were real, that doesn't scare me either. I mean... yeah, I don't know. It's definitely interesting to think about. But that's it for now. This video's already too long, so... that's it for me. So remember to gently tap on that like button and ring that bell so you don't miss an upload. These poor dead people have to listen to trains all day, every day. That's to say if they haven't found a new body yet. Anyway, that's it for now, so remember to gently tap on that like button and ring that bell so you don't miss an upload. And thanks for watching, Dicers. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time.